Talking about persons living with disabilities in Nigeria's capital city who are facing challenges in a colony carved out for them at Karamajiji. Unlike other privileged Nigerians living in Abuja, the physically challenged men, women and children have no decent houses. They live in thatched houses prepared with old zinc roofing sheets made without blocks. Habida Lawal spent some time at this community and now reports.
The pains felt by people living with disabilities in Nigeria is well beyond the physical pains of disability. The emotional trauma of rejection, stigmatization and isolation is much more, as is their inability to access to certain privileges. Many living with disabilities are robbed of the right of easy access to public amenities. According to the World Health Organization 2011 World Disability Report, about 15% of Nigeria's population, or at least 25 million people, have a disability. Many of them face a number of human rights abuses, including stigma, discrimination, violence, and lack of access to healthcare, housing, and education. On the 23rd of January 2019, Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari signed into law the Discrimination Against Persons with Disabilities Prohibition Act, following 9 years of relentless advocacy by disability rights groups and activists. But this law seems not functional. Here in Karamajiji, a suburb in the Federal Capital Territory, a colony has been carved out for the disabled. The emir of the disabled, Suleiman Kassina Mohammed, tells me there is no development in the community and it seems they have been neglected and forgotten.
Here
in Karamajiji is where he based with his people, like 520. And he said here we have many challenges, especially during this time of COVID-19. He said the challenges you can even see, like issue of food item, and then a school issue, hospital issue, and something like empowerment.
Despite the difficulties the disabled people face in Nigeria, some of them are swimming against the tide. Rabi Mustafa has been a member of the community for some years. She tells me her experience.
If they want to do things for us, through, they come and check on us. If they check, they will know through whether we are doing business or not. If they see that some of us are doing business, they should know what to do for us, so that we just depend on ourselves. If you go in street and beg it there, we don't want it. But at times, if you don't know how to do, if you don't know what to do, we just go and beg on the street.
Friday Felix is a shoemaker without any equipment or a shop for his art. It takes his work to a bigger shoemaking shop, whose owner shares the proceeds with him. He says he can do better given the necessary support.
Like you can see, I'm a physical challenge here. Bringing things like this, I know it's good, but that's not what we need mostly. Like I personally, I don't like basing on things like this because I have work with me. What I need now is support for the tools I need to be working. Like while I'm working, I don't have any tools for now. I go to bigger places where they have everything. I work, and after working, I pay them commission for the machines I use and go and supply for whoever I'm doing for.
This community thrives on donation from non-governmental organizations and individuals who fill the void by providing succor for them.
I'm calling on the government to please look into these disability communities. They really need help. These women, they can't even move from one place to another without help. You know, when we are coming this afternoon, their roads are very bad. You know, they complain so many things they really need. These are people that are helpless. I'm pleading on their behalf that the federal government should please come to their aid. You know, if we have things like this going on for them, they will be very happy. I see most of them are smiling, going on with a lot of joy. So I think I take it upon myself to do this for them.
A major relief may just be coming the way of persons with disabilities in Nigeria, with the establishment of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, just recently inaugurated by the Minister for Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk. The Commission will be responsible for ensuring that people with disabilities have access to housing, education and healthcare. It is also empowered to receive complaints of rights violations and support victims to seek legal redress, amongst other duties. Faced with social exclusion, it is communities such as this, persons with disabilities feel cared for, but they are appealing to government to come up with more sustainable intervention. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
Talking about intervention and inclusivity, Mike, this has been the issue for persons living with disabilities.
Yeah, the Disabilities Act has been signed into law, and you remember we've spoken to David Anyele, one of those who has been at the forefront of this, and they still talk about the issue of implementation of all the laws in that act. We look forward to a step has been taken. We look forward to more being intentional regarding this